What if I told you some Americans are waking up this week to Social Security checks worth over $5,000? It sounds unreal. But for a select group of beneficiaries, that's exactly what's happening right now. For millions living on fixed incomes, every dollar counts. It's the difference between paying for groceries, medication, or rent. And this week, while the nation faces political gridlock, assumed seniors are finally seeing long-awaited payments arrive, and the timing couldn't be more important. Today, we're breaking down who qualifies for these payments, how much you could receive, and what the ongoing government shutdown means for future Social Security updates. The United States is now deep into day 7 of a government shutdown. Congress remains divided. Republicans and Democrats are once again blaming each other for not reaching a funding deal. The standoff centers around healthcare subsidies, specifically whether or not the government should extend the Obamacare ACA tax credits that help millions afford health insurance. Both parties insist they're fighting for the American people. Yet as the debate drags on, federal agencies are closing their doors, and uncertainty is spreading. But here's the one bright spot. Social Security payments are still being delivered, on time and in full. And for some retirees, that means receiving the maximum monthly benefit, up to $5,180 this week. So what's really going on behind the scenes? And how does this political battle connect to your Social Security payments? Let's break it all down, step by step. A. The shutdown tension. We're now on day 7, and frustration is boiling over. Republicans accuse Democrats of refusing to pass the GOP's short-term funding bill. Democrats claim Republicans left out vital health care provisions that would protect millions from rising premiums. Former President Donald Trump has jumped back into the conversation, blasting Democrats for, quote, shutting down the government in the middle of one of the strongest economies America has ever seen. He's demanding that Congress reopen the government immediately, promising to work on health care reforms once operations resume. Behind the curtain, both parties are locked in a strategic game, each trying to frame themselves as the side fighting for the people. But to the average American, especially those relying on Social Security, this isn't about politics, it's about survival. B. The funding and healthcare battle. Democrats argue that without extending the ACA subsidies, healthcare premiums could double for millions of working and middle-class families in 2026. Republicans say the extensions will balloon federal spending. The GOP's temporary funding bill would keep the government open until November 21st. But it needs at least 8 Democratic votes in the Senate, and so far, only a few moderates like John Fetterman, Catherine Cortez Masto, and Angus King have expressed willingness to compromise. Interestingly, Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene sided partly with Democrats, admitting that without those tax credits, her own family's health insurance costs would skyrocket. She called the current system a scam, but said letting the subsidies expire would devastate working families in her district. That statement underscores a crucial truth. The cost of health care isn't a partisan issue anymore. It's a national one. See impact on Social Security payments. Let's focus on what truly matters to beneficiaries. Your check. Even with the government partially closed, Social Security payments remain completely secure. The SSA's payment system is automated and pre-funded, meaning it operates independently of Congress's temporary shutdown battles. So, if you're scheduled to receive your benefit on the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd Wednesday of the month, your money is still on the way, right on time. The only thing potentially affected is administrative functions, such as customer service calls, certain appeals, or data updates, may slow down if the shutdown drags on. But your benefits, the money you count on each month, remain uninterrupted. D. Understanding the $5,000 checks. According to Newsweek, this week's payments are going out to beneficiaries whose birthdays fall between the 1st and the 10th of any month. For this group, checks can reach as high as $5,180, the maximum benefit allowed for those who delayed claiming until age 70. Here's a simple breakdown. Claim at 62 gives up to $2,831 a month. Claim at 67 gives around $4,873 a month. Claim at 70 gives up to $5,180 a month. Meanwhile, the average retiree receives these payments aren't bonuses or stimulus checks. They're earned benefits that reflect a lifetime of work and contributions through payroll taxes. They represent decades of hard work, consistency, and faith in a system that still serves as a lifeline for millions. E. The upcoming COLA announcement. Now, the question everyone is asking, what about next year's increase? The cost of living adjustment, or COLA, is what determines how much benefits rise each year to keep pace with inflation. It's based on the CPIW data from the third quarter of this year, July through September, compared to the same period last year. The official announcement is scheduled for October 15, 2025. However, if the shutdown continues, the Bureau of Labor Statistics could halt operations, delaying the data release and pushing the announcement back. Current forecasts suggest a 2.7 to 2.8% increase, which would translate to roughly $50 to $60 more per month for the average beneficiary. For many on fixed incomes, even that modest increase offers a sense of relief, a little more breathing room in an era of rising living costs. F. Political voices and future possibilities. President Trump continues to cast himself as a defender of retirees, insisting that the shutdown must end immediately to protect seniors and working families. Democrats argue that Republicans are avoiding long-term solutions by pushing short-term deals. Meanwhile, moderates from both sides are quietly pressing for compromise to get the country back on track. Economists warn that if this standoff continues, it could delay vital economic data, shake investor confidence, and cause administrative backlogs within the SSA and Medicare systems. The message is clear. Every day of delay creates ripples that reach ordinary Americans. G. What to expect next. So, what does this mean for you as a beneficiary? Your Social Security payments remain secure. Your payment schedule, whether it's the first, second, or fourth Wednesday, won't change. The only uncertainty is when the COLA announcement arrives. If the shutdown ends soon, we'll see the update as planned on October 15th. If not, the announcement could slide into November. Either way, the increase is coming, and we'll keep you updated as soon as it's official. So to recap, some beneficiaries are receiving checks up to $5,180 this week. The shutdown is still ongoing, but Social Security payments are safe and stable. The only real impact may be a delay in the COLA announcement if the Bureau of Labor remains closed. For millions of retirees, these numbers aren't just policy. They represent security and dignity. While politicians debate, everyday Americans are just hoping for consistency, a system they can count on in times of uncertainty. What do you think? Will Congress end this shutdown soon? Or are we heading for another long wait, like in 2018? Share your thoughts below. We read every comment. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to Spark Insights, and turn on the bell, so you never miss an update on Social Security, finance, and the economy. Until next time, take care, stay informed, and stay financially strong.